He's doing good. I thought he could have nailed the taken on Trump question a little harder.
He made good points, but they weren't packaged or delivered particularly well. And of course, he flubbed the line of that wages are too high. I think that in context, people will understand what he was saying there.
Such a powerful point.
Yeah.
That should be like the first thing he says out of his mouth. I don't know if people want to go back and watch the tape, and I'm sure you'll show it to him after this debate, and you'll ask Donald Trump about this, Jake. I'm sure you will. When he said that American workers' wages were too high. And that's why we're not competing against China, because Americans make too much money. That's what Donald Trump says, but he didn't say. That's a powerful point.
And he said it again the next day as well.
And he said it again the next day as well. You mean Donald Trump?
Donald Trump did, yeah.
I've always thought Sanders should present it as a national security question, the economic question, in the sense of, look, a billionaire, and you're right earlier, Jimmy, when you're talking, they literally hoard the money. Mm-hmm. They divest. They're sitting on it. They don't want to invest in companies because, oh no, it's not looking good now. I mean, it's the more they have, the more they need. Mm. And these people live like Roman gods. But the most important thing is they're locking up the nation's investments so that we can't move forward on anything until they put in. And the number one priority on a billionaire's mind, and this is going to be shocking, is not actually doing anything. Mm-hmm. It's, when am I going skiing? Who's giving me my 2 p.m. massage? It's and then there's like an hour a day where it's yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah.
But it's insane that we've put our entire country in the hands of about 100 people.
Yeah. Yeah, and that money that they're sitting on is not just, if it had more velocity, as we learned earlier from the real Gordon Gekko, would be improving the lives of people up and down the economic ladder, but that also it would make the country stronger, and there are real national security implications to that.
Oh, there's no question.
We could probably afford to rebuild the military if we had as strong of an economy as we could, theoretically.
I don't think the military needs to be rebuilt.
I don't either, but I'm saying that even as extraneous an expense as it would be, we could probably afford it in that. Or maybe paying for the 4 years of public college.
You know what? If just one time Bernie would say, when he's asked about his college plan, is just turn it around and say, hey, Roland, do you know how much money we gave to the banks during quantitative easing per month? And then he would say 80 billion or I don't know. I'm going to guess he'd say I don't know.
He's going to say I don't know.
He's going to say I don't know. Bernie would say 80 billion. So less than 1 month welfare to a bank. That's what he needs to say. Not that we're going to punish Wall Street or we're going to get this. He doesn't even.
No, but I don't think that the punishing Wall. Look, I think that a lot of people will like that because we're not that far off from the recession, and I think that they have a general idea of what happened. I think that you could sell what you said in a way. I think using the term quantitative easing, I think you're going to lose a lot of people because I think most people don't have any idea what that means.
Well, most people in that audience had no idea what an HBCU is because Roland never said what it is.
Maybe. I think that Sanders said historically black college.
No, I think he said HBCUs.
I think that he said HBCU. I think he might have said historically.
I had no idea what Roland was talking about when he said
historically black colleges
and
universities.
Look, I think that some of the lines that are being used I don't think are particularly effective, but I do think that the sort of questions that are being asked play to the strengths that Bernie Sanders has. The economic message, the educational message, and I think that people are going to pick up based on the ideas that he has, who he wants to help out and that sort of thing.
It almost seems like he takes a body blow every time they bring up college. Instead of making that a strength, like something people would be afraid to ask him because they know he's going to wallop them with the answer, he always seems like he's kind of, He never seems like he's got, bam, right in there. I am dangerous. All you got to do is say, you know how we gave $80 billion a month in welfare to Wall Street for 2 years? $80 billion a month. We printed it, gave it to welfare to them. We can spend 60. We gave the Wall Street $15 trillion. We can spend $60 billion a year so everyone can go to college. And by the way, he never says this either. That's not a cost. That doesn't drink. That's an investment.
Yeah.
That's like putting money in the bank. You're going to get that money back. It's going to earn interest.
Exactly.
We're back.